What's up everybody, Mike McIntyre here, and I'm back with a brand new video today. This one's a little bit different. It's a tech review. I'm into tech for those of you that don't know. I love all kinds of new tech and stuff. I got into it really with my desk setup and I've always been into that kind of stuff. So someone reached out to me, wanted to send me a product, asked me if I'd do a review video of it. So stay tuned, check it out, and let's get into this brand new review. Alright guys, so there it is. Here's a quick look at the brand new Zhiyun Smooth 4. Zhiyun. It's a Chinese brand that makes gimbals and stabilizers for camera gear and mobile phones and all kinds of stuff. So this is a mobile phone gimbal to stabilize footage that anyone may shoot with their iPhone or Android or anything like that. So the company was really nice. They reached out to me, said, we'd like you to do a review video. We like some of the stuff that you do. So I said, sure, why not? Let's take a look at it. I've been interested in these for a while. I wanted to check out how they actually work and if they could help me in my workflow. We're going to do a quick little overview of this, go through some of the features, show you some of the shots I was able to get, compare it with different applications, and then talk a little bit about some of the things I don't like about it. The first thing is this comes with an application. You download the application, you connect it via Bluetooth, and now I can control every function and feature that's in the application using the controls right here. So in other words, I never have to actually physically touch the iPhone ever again. So you can use that application obviously to gain full functionality of this, but I believe you can also use it with Filmic Pro. Filmic Pro is an application I use almost in every single one of my videos because I shoot with my iPhone to dial in certain features and video settings and stuff like that. So I believe there's a feature to connect these functions to the actual application of Filmic Pro, but I haven't quite figured it out yet. So I need to do a little bit more research and just play around with that to figure out the optimal settings. As far as all the settings go and the actual build of the gimbal unit itself, other people have complained about the handle. I think that the handle could have been maybe a little bit more smooth and stuff like that, just to fit in most people's hands better. But to be very honest, this is quite comfortable. It's really not a problem. It's a little bit bigger. It's a bit of a bigger unit compared to other ones on the market. And the buttons are spread out a little bit, so you will have to shift your hand a little bit to actually access and comfortably reach every single button and feature on the unit. But to be very honest, I mean, I'm going to walk around most times having two hands on the gimbal because I want to get it as smooth as I possibly can. So with my left hand grip down here, I'll be able to easily just, shift my right hand up or down, allowing me to reach all the buttons. So that's a complaint that I think people are just being really picky about. I have absolutely no problems with the grip. As far as the buttons go, there are a lot of them. They are fairly spread out, so I think look-wise and design-wise it actually looks quite good. But again, in terms of functionality, you will have to shift your hand for the most part, assuming you don't have absolutely abnormally large hands, to reach all of the buttons. You have a menu button up here that will allow you to dial in all the functions and features built into the application. The display button will again pop out or hide the actual menu and distributions and all sort of information that you see on the screen. This little target button here will control the functionality of the wheel here. Now this is the only gimbal on the market that actually has a wheel. This allows you to pull focus or zoom in and zoom out without actually having to touch the phone. You have a button right here that's going to allow you to just snap a picture quickly. You have the record button here. This wheel can be used counterclockwise or clockwise to select different options. And it's also an up, right, left, or down button that will dial in some features too. So for example, if I double click on the down button, it'll bring up the media that I've already shot in the application. You have a little switch here that will allow you to play with certain modes. So there's a pan follow mode, so whichever way you move the gimbal, the phone will follow and pan in that direction. There's a lock mode where the phone stays fixed, and wherever I move the gimbal, the phone won't move. So if I'm, I don't know, if I'm on the back of a car, for example, and I'm trying to get a cool shot, that's not going to happen. But just giving you an example, if I'm on the back of a car and I want to keep the shot steady and not move, well, I'm moving. So at least that way the phone won't move, even though wherever the gimbal moves, the phone won't move. So you get the idea. There's a couple of trigger buttons on the back that will allow you to lock the gimbal. So really where every direction you point the thing, the phone will follow. And then there's the upper button that does the exact same thing, but it's just on steroids. It's super, super fast. You can go up or down, and the phone is super responsive. So that is pretty much all of the features and buttons and controls that you have on here. There are a lot of them compared to most gimbals. I'm going to show you some of the actual shots that I was able to get using this for the first time. So I took a couple of different shots. I used the application, I used Filmic Pro, and then I tried to compare it to how well I could hold the phone using my own hands, because this is a gimbal after all, so its primary function is to keep video smooth, right? So right here you can see I'm using the ZY Play app, and the gimbal does a really, really good job of keeping the footage fairly smooth. On the other side, that's just me walking with the phone in hand. I'm trying to keep it as smooth as I possibly can and get the exact same shot. But obviously, the gimbal does do a much better job of keeping the footage smooth. It's not perfect. You are going to have to sort of practice how you hold the gimbal. It's not like a cure for everything if you put the phone in and now magically you have perfectly smooth shots. The next shot is me comparing it in the ZY Play app, the exact same shot, to the Filmic Pro app. I wanted to see if there was any sort of differences depending on the application, and honestly, for the most part, I think they do a good job. They both smooth out the footage quite well, so I'm just going to experiment a little bit more with the gimbal and Filmic Pro and see how the thing actually works. Right now I'm just going to show you a couple of shots I was able to get using this gimbal for the first time. I was fooling around with it as much as I possibly could in the time that I had. So take a look at this little montage. These are just a couple of clips of me using the gimbal and trying to get some interesting shots. Alright guys, so that is pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that little montage. Again, just me fooling around, trying to get some cool shots using this thing for the very first time. So let's talk about things that are not necessarily my favorite. I don't really have any problem at all with the physical build of the thing. It's built well. There's a lot of cool functions in it. You can even flip the thing to shoot vertical video for Instagram stories or something like that. I think it does a good job of smoothing out the footage. There's a lot of features built in, but I think the application is an area that needs a little bit of work. I've noticed that it can be a little bit jumpy sometimes. Maybe that depends on the phone. If you get a notification or whatever, you can obviously turn Do Not Disturb mode on. I think that's recommended. But if ever you do get a notification, I notice instantly that the footage jumps and it cuts and it's really not smooth anymore, and it's almost unusable. So I think the application is an area that needs a little bit more work, needs some updates. If this works really, really well with Filmic Pro, I'll never even use the ZY Play app. I'm just going to use Filmic Pro, and I'll use the gimbal, and I think you'll get much better results using that application since it's really built for filmmaking. So that is really my only complaint about it, is the application. I think that needs more work, but I have zero complaints about the gimbal so far. This doesn't pull off. I saw a video where someone pulled this off and it was cheap. It's not cheap at all. It feels really solid in hand. This is sturdy, and everything looks and feels really good. So I'm excited to use it more. I think it's a cool piece of tech, and if you're interested in picking one up for yourself, you can check out that first link down below in the description. It'll be a link to the exact same place that I picked this thing up. And for those of you that are interested in getting cool shots, and you use your cell phone, use your iPhone, whatever you have, that is a great tool to use nowadays. They do shoot really solid material. So this, for 160 Canadian dollars, is a great accessory to really smooth out footage and allows you to become that much better of a filmmaker or YouTuber or whatever you're doing with footage. So Overall review, I think it's really, really cool. I can't wait to use it more in some of my own videos, get some nice little B-roll shots, smooth out the footage and stuff like that. So that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think, honestly, down below in the comments. I love hearing what you have to say. Leave a like, and that's it for today. I'm going to be back with a new video with a brand new pair of boots, so stay tuned for that. Again, thanks for stopping by. Mike McIntyre, all things sports. I'm signing off for now. Peace.